1 out away from a championship, that's how close the Toronto Blue Jays were before everything collapsed. But the shocking part isn't the home run you remember, it's what happened after. How did Jeff Hoffman go from elite closer to possibly the worst reliever in baseball? Because what the numbers reveal next completely changes this story. 1 out away from a championship, that's how close the Toronto Blue Jays were before everything collapsed in an instant. A single swing flipped the entire World Series, and Miguel Rojas became the name everyone remembered. But the real story isn't the home run, it's the pitcher who allowed it. Because what if that moment wasn't a fluke at all? What if it was the warning sign of something much bigger? In the months that followed, Jeff Hoffman didn't just struggle. He completely unraveled in ways nobody expected. And what happened next turned one bad moment into a full-blown collapse. Before everything fell apart, the Toronto Blue Jays weren't taking a risk. They thought they were securing one of the most dominant relievers in baseball. Jeff Hoffman had just come off 2 elite seasons with the Philadelphia Phillies, overpowering hitters with precision, strikeouts, and near-perfect control. The numbers backed it up. The advanced metrics loved him. Everything pointed to shut down closer. So when Toronto handed him a multi-million-dollar deal, it felt like a guaranteed win. Not a gamble. But almost immediately, something started to feel off. At first, it didn't look like a collapse, it looked like a small dip. But beneath the surface, the warning signs were impossible to ignore. Jeff Hoffman wasn't missing bats the same way, his control started slipping and the long ball became a growing problem. What used to be automatic saves suddenly felt uncertain. The numbers didn't just decline, they shifted the narrative completely. And quietly, fans began to lose trust. What once felt dominant now felt unpredictable every time he took the mound. But just when doubts peaked, October told a completely different story. Just when the pressure reached its peak, Jeff Hoffman suddenly looked like a completely different player. Under the brightest lights, with everything on the line, he dominated. Strikeouts piled up, runs disappeared, and confidence came rushing back. For a moment, it felt like all the regular season concerns were overblown. Fans started believing again. Analysts flipped the narrative. Maybe he was still elite after all. Maybe this was just a temporary slump. But hidden beneath that playoff success, something still wasn't right. Because what came next exposed everything. Then 2026 began, and whatever hope remained disappeared fast. Jeff Hoffman wasn't just struggling, he was unraveling in real time. Walks piled up, command vanished, and every appearance felt like a risk. The strangest part, he was still striking hitters out at an elite rate. The stuff looked dominant, but the results were disastrous. Blown saves started stacking early, and confidence inside the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen began to crack. Something didn't add up anymore, and everyone could see it. And then the team made a move that confirmed just how bad it had gotten. Then came the moment that made everything official. The Toronto Blue Jays pulled Jeff Hoffman from the closer role entirely. No more trust, no more safety net. And when you look at the numbers, it gets even worse. Among relievers with meaningful innings, he ranks dead last in ERA, home runs allowed and runs given up. Not just struggling, statistically one of the worst in baseball. For a player who was once elite, that kind of Arabic scene, Arabic half, Arabic wow, Arabic tot raised serious questions across the league. But the most confusing part, the data says he shouldn't be this bad. And this is where the story takes a confusing turn, because when you look deeper, Jeff Hoffman shouldn't be failing like this at all. His advanced metrics are still elite, ranking near the top of the league in chase rate, whiff rate, and strikeout percentage. On paper, he looks dominant. In reality, he's getting crushed. It's the kind of contradiction that sparked serious debate. Is it bad luck, a hidden flaw, or something teams have quietly figured out? Because if the numbers are right, something else is very wrong. Jeff Hoffman isn't just struggling, he's a complete contradiction. Elite metrics, disastrous results. The Toronto Blue Jays need answers fast, but none are clear. Is this just bad luck or a real decline? Because in baseball, sometimes the numbers don't lie and sometimes they hide everything.